we got a big show today, right, kids?
Yeah.
We are going to review the new Rescue Rangers reboot and Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and we're going to have a special guest.
It's not a reboot. It's a comeback.
I guess. And, we're going to have a special guest. The Disney Assembled podcast, Troy and Mimi, are going to be with us today as well. So, hang on and enjoy the ride. And that's the new remix of the Chippendale song. I'm the Kiki Dad, and these are my co-hosts,
Ariana and Rayon. And we're the Multiverse Kids.
Yes, so kids, how do you like the new song?
It's better than the old one.
Yeah?
It's not as good.
What? Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Being the geeky dad that I am, of course I have to let the kids see the original Chip and Dale cartoon before letting them see the new movie. Now, kids, what did you think of the old Chip and Dale cartoon show?
It was cool. And it has a girl named Gadget. She's cool.
Yeah.
Nope, I think Chip and Dale are better.
Yeah?
I never asked for your opinion.
Yes.
Yes, you did.
So, originally, Chip and Dale came out in 1989. I was only 9 years old when this came out. And it ended in the 1990 after 3 seasons.
Why?
I don't know why.
Because of Double O Dale.
Well, I don't know. And before that, Chip and Dale was sort of the arch enemy of Mr. Donald Duck.
Yeah.
Right?
Everyone knows that.
Yeah. Donald Duck really, really hates those two. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And they've appeared in various other shorts on Disney.
They appeared in DuckTales.
Yeah.
The new one. The Rescue Rangers appeared in DuckTales in season 3, I believe. And shows how Gadget became super duper smart.
Yeah. Well, that's another universe, but it's
told you.
It's still like an appearance. Okay.
I think in season 3 they're trying to make cameos.
Yeah, they're doing a lot of cameos. Now, this movie is sort of a mystery, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And it's filled with a lot of cameos. Okay.
It's like Space Jam, but like Disney and better.
Yeah, it's like Space Jam, but better. But actually, it's kind of like a movie called Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Okay? Now, that movie is from the 80s. And, you haven't seen that yet, but we will see it. Yes.
The movie Chip and Dale has Ugly Sonic in it. And it's called The Case of the Missing Monty.
Yes, this movie is super duper funny, right, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't have to be able to have seen the old cartoon to actually get all the jokes. You just got to be a fan of just cartoons in general, and you'll get all the jokes, really, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if you were a fan of Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, you'll get all the inside jokes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, in terms of cameos, okay, how many cameos did you check? I saw
Doc McStuffins.
Doc McStuffins.
Tigra.
From the Avengers.
Ugly.
Yeah, Avengers United.
Actually, I don't think a cameo would be Ugly Sonic because he was in most of it.
He's kind of a co-star, and that's we're gonna talk about spoilers. Yes, Ugly Sonic is in this movie. Now, for those that don't know who Ugly Sonic is, he's ugly, right?
He's like the worst thing to be Sonic. Human.
Yeah, that mouth of his is just gross, and they keep
the eyes.
They keep doing a close up and slow mo of his mouth every time, and every time he does that, I want to laugh. So, a little backstory on Ugly Sonic. Originally, the first Sonic movie, they created Sonic to look exactly like Ugly Sonic. And everybody on the internet, when they saw the new trailer, they said, okay, that's just ugly.
Exactly.
Sonic should not look like that. We did
He's supposed to have giant eyes that actually connect.
Yeah, he actually supposed to look cute.
Yeah, supposed to have giant eyes, no muscles.
Yeah. No, he was just way too human looking, okay?
Human Sonic.
Yeah. So, basically, he shows up, and then we also see Darkwing Duck in this movie. Right?
Scrooge McDuck.
Oh, we said Scrooge McDuck. Oh, Baloo shows up.
Yeah.
Lumiere from Beauty and the Beast.
The cartoon version.
Yeah. Flounder from Little Mermaid.
The first one for the first two captured.
Yeah. We see Garfield. We see Beavis and Butthead. We see Phineas and Ferb's mom. A lot of random people, actually. And guess who the main villain is?
Peter Pan! Why?
Yeah, Peter Pan grew up to be bald and fat, and his voiced by Lego Batman. Okay? Yeah.
The Batman's the villain.
Oh, speaking of Batman, okay? There was actually a cameo by Batman, because they did a parody of Batman versus Superman called Batman
versus E.T. and E.T. says when Chip was watching it with his dog Millie, he was like, E.T. was like, E.T. forgive you, and Batman was like, okay.
Yeah, I don't know how they were able to get Batman in a Disney movie. That's like crossing the multiverse completely, you know?
They're messing with multiverse!
Forget about, Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. This movie is the Multiverse of Madness. Because it has every universe in this movie. They even had Transformers in this movie. Voltron was in this movie. Okay?
Voltron's the best.
Voltron. Can you believe that? Woody, of course. Cars from Pixar was in it.
Wreck-It Ralph.
Well, part of Wreck-It Ralph.
And Fat Cat.
Well, Fat Cat is always a villain.
And part of Woody is foot.
Yeah. And, yes.
They are messing with the multiverse. Why would they do that? They're not supposed to mess with the multiverse.
In this universe, I think all cartoons are in the same universe, basically. Yeah. Basically, cartoon characters are actors in their world, like how humans are actors. Now, it's the same thing like in the Roger Rabbit movie. Speaking of Roger Rabbit, he actually shows up in this movie as well.
Dale says that the Rescue Rangers were dancing the Roger Rabbit with Roger Rabbit.
Yeah.
Also, the Three Little Pigs.
Yeah. The only one, that didn't show up was Mickey Mouse, but, I mean...
And Minnie.
Mickey did show up. The bomb, when it blew up, it looked like Mickey Mouse. Yeah. There's so many cameos in this movie, and it's not like gratuitous like how they did it in like Space Jam and Ready Player One and stuff like that. It actually, the cameos in this one are funny, and they actually work with the story, especially the Rapunzel cameo. They use that Rapunzel's hair to actually save themselves, right? Yeah.
They actually find out a way to actually put it in, not just random ones.
Yeah.
And you could really actually see them.
Yeah. For a kids movie, it's very clever. It's very smart, and a lot of the jokes are geared to kids, but they, the adults, it has an adult tinge vibe to them. And it's written by the same folks of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and Chip and Dale are voiced by the same dude that one of the dudes is actually Spider Pig.
Who?
I think it's Dale. I think it's Dale. Dale. Could be Dale.
Yeah, because
or was it Chip?
No, Chip is when he's in high pitched voice. It's played by a girl.
Yeah. Well, in real life, yeah. And the other voice of the Chip and Dale group is Andy Samberg from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Now, another cool thing in the movie, which I found funny, was I think Chip and Dale actually hate Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Yeah, okay? I mean Chip does.
Yeah, one of them does. And, you know...
Chip. Yeah, he's like, why do they always have to bring back an old chipmunk thing, and they have to make them rap?
Right, yeah. Speaking of rap, can you guys do the Dale rap for me?
No, whale rap. It's called whale rap.
It's a Dale rap, though. Dale is the one singing it. Come on.
Dale, I'm Dale, I don't eat whale. I'm Dale, I don't eat whale. I'm Dale, and I went to sail to see a whale. No. And then I got some mail. It only has whale. I'm Dale, I don't eat whale. Rayon, find out a new one. I'll sail to a whale. I'm Dale, and I sailed to a whale, and then I got some mail, and then I went to jail because I ate a whale. I ate the whale.
Yeah, that whale rap was pretty cool. That was the funniest thing in the movie, right?
Yeah, and then when Chip had to do it, he was like, why do I have to rap? Then he rapped.
And then also, like, why can't I rhyme with anything else besides whale?
I'm Chip, I don't eat whale. Chip, I don't eat chips. I go on the ship.
No, I think you ruined it.
Chip and Chip. Chip! I said chip.
Yeah.
No, I said ship. I said chips and chip.
And, you know, they mix different type of animation because Dale had an operation to look like CGI. It's called a CGI operation, right?
Mm-hmm. Surgery.
Yeah, surgery. And then there's also, like, puppets in this world. They're real. And Muppets, basically. And there's also, like, claymation, like clay characters, yeah, in this world as well.
Like Mr. Putty.
Yes, Mr. Putty. We won't reveal about Mr. Putty. You have to watch the movie.
Yeah.
You have to watch the movie to learn about Mr. Putty.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, even the polar bear from the old Coca-Cola commercials. Pepsi commercials is in this movie as a major character, actually. You know, and
also,
Seth.
That Seth Rogen guy. He was playing this guy who like has his eyes. It only looks forward, not down.
Yeah, it's
anything.
It's called the Uncanny Valley. You know, in the early 2000s, animation wasn't perfect, so everything looked kind of weird. Like, you know, like how they look in Polar Express. The eyes look kind of weird. Like, they don't look realistic enough.
And then all the other people that play him, they like...
Yeah, basically all of the animated characters that Seth Rogen...
or unanimated. Like Pumbaa, from the CGI kind.
Yeah.
And then there's...
The blob thing from Monsters...
versus Aliens.
And
one of my favorite movies.
Also the cricket from Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah.
Yeah, he played that. The only person that didn't show up was his sausage from Sausage Party. But that was a little R-rated. I don't think he could probably add that in there. It's an R-rated cartoon.
Wait.
Yeah.
They're missing Superman.
Well, yes, they did miss Superman. Oh, we forgot. The biggest cameo. Skeletor and He-Man were in the movie. Yep.
And Jack Skeleton, who's mentioned. Also Jessica Rabbit.
Yeah, well, you can't do Jessica Rabbit without, Roger Rabbit. That's his wife.
They were both mentioned.
So, okay. Now your opinions, kids. What did you think of this movie?
1,000, a million, a billion, a trillion, as much as you can put up. A thumbs up. The whole world thumbs up. Yep.
Yeah.
And aliens.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. For
And monsters.
Yeah.
And
it's a pretty good movie, and I think it's a movie that all ages could really like.
Even 100.
Yeah. It's funny. You can get and it has action, has adventure, it has mystery. And did I say it was funny? It was pretty funny.
Okay.
Right?
Okay, I'm gonna say them. Mystery, action, funny. What else was there? Mystery. What else was there? The missing
adventure.
monkey. Adventure.
Oh yeah, and of course they also have like Indiana Jones in this movie. How can we forget? Paul Rudd, Mr. Ant-Man himself, does a movie in this movie called
Ant-Man.
The Ant-Man.
He's so nice. Yeah, he said that first they were thinking Ant-Man, which is supposed to like attract aunts.
Yeah. Oh, and Vin Diesel is also in this movie as
Fast and Furious babies. And it's Fast and Furious is Chip and Dale. Yeah, it shows like Chip and Dale, and with them is Dom Toretto.
Yeah, Dom Toretto's in this movie. So,
I like Lightning McQueen.
Maybe. A lot of people think this movie is actually a sequel to Roger.
Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Yeah. Because when you guys do see, not just that. It's the same type of premise. It's humans living together with cartoons, and cartoons are actually actors in Hollywood. Okay, but that movie is set in the past.
That's the same thing with Teen Titans Go to the Movies.
Right. Yeah. Right. So, guys, you give this movie thumbs up?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I hopefully they do some more stuff with Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. Oh, and if you're a fan of the original Rescue Rangers, you're gonna see some of surprising things.
Rescue Rangers colony.
Some surprising things that happen to your favorite characters from that show.
Why did Gadget do it?
No.
So weird.
Gadget has a very unexpected future that I didn't think I would ever see, and so did Zipper, and Monterey Jack. Monterey Jack actually acted like he was addicted to drugs. But it's not drugs in this film. It's more like cheese. Cheese is drugs for him. In this
Rescue Ranger colony. Cologne.
Cologne.
Do you wear cologne?
It's not colony. It's cologne.
Do you wear cologne?
Yes, I do. Okay, we'll be right back. Hey Ariana, have you ever read the news on the internet?
No, who has time for that?
Well, the Newsly app is an all-in-one audio super app for iOS and Android. It picks up web articles about the most trending topics on the web at any given moment and reads them to you in a natural human voice. For the first time, the entire web becomes listenable all in one place. Browse articles from topics you choose and start playing.
Stop scrolling and start listening.
That's right, Rayon. You can follow any topic as specific as you like, from sports to science to even, the Kardashians. Like, who cares about those guys, right? And you'll find the latest articles and they'll read them to you out loud. And, you know what? They even have podcasts as well. Explore trending podcasts from over 80 countries. Our podcast, the Geeky Dad Podcast, is there too. I started using it as my default podcast app. They even have digital radio. So, download and use the Newsly app for free. And, go to www.newsly.me, or from the link in our description, you can use the promo code GeekyDad and you get 1 free month of premium subscription. What do you think, guys?
Cool! That's awesome!
Try it and use the app. Okay, kids, we're back from commercial break. You guys finally got a chance to see Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now,
Wait, do you know who framed him before you watched the movie?
No. I was a little kid when I saw this movie, because this movie came out in the 80s. Okay? Now,
Are you a baby?
now you see the difference. You see the difference of how kids' movies in the 80s are different from kids' movies now.
Yeah, that's like that. That movie's like adult.
Exactly.
That's
They
like
say
adult.
they say curse words in that movie, right? Like the B word, okay, right?
And the A word.
I'm sure they do.
What's
And
the A word? Why do you want to know that?
and they focus a lot on boobies, okay?
Don't say that.
And boobies is not a bad word. Booby traps I'm talking about.
No, you're not.
Yes, especially booby traps, right? Rayan, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Rayan loves booby traps.
Booty trap.
Not booty. What's wrong with you?
Yes.
Okay. What did you think of the movie?
It was adult. It was cool. It was for kids. It's adult. That's like a big,
Now,
big,
you
big
know,
adult.
for a Disney movie, okay?
It's pretty adult?
No, not just that. For a Disney movie, it has a lot of Warner Brother characters in it. I feel like the Warner Brother characters are more in it than the Disney characters. You know? We saw Daffy versus Donald, right?
We saw,
And I think they end up just killing each other.
yeah.
Yeah. We
So
saw
Bugs and Mickey. Tweety.
Bugs and Mickey are actually basically teaming up, right? Yeah. But once again, I think Bugs outshined him a little bit because he did the little trick on the guy, and Mickey didn't do anything.
Because Mickey doesn't do tricks.
But still, you know. And at the end, we saw a lot of cameos. We saw Minnie, we saw Goofy, we saw like Dumbo.
Twice.
We saw Woody Woodpecker.
And also the detective was using...
Betty Boop. You don't know who Betty Boop is. That's before your time. What else?
Also, the detective had Mike's gun.
Oh yeah, he has just Yosemite Sam's gun. Yeah. I'm surprised Pete wasn't in the movie. He's always a bad guy. Yeah. Now, in terms of
Wait, who's the villain? Who brought you Rabbit?
Judge Doom.
He's a toad.
Yes, that's the okay. Spoilers for a movie that's over 30 years old. Sorry, guys. The kids just ruined it. Judge Doom is the villain, and he's a human.
No. He's a toad.
No, he's a toon dressed up as a human, actually. And he looks so creepy with his cartoon eyes. Right? Yeah.
When they go inside the dip.
Yeah. Now, you like the part where the weasels start killing themselves by laughing.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Wait,
funny.
is that true? Could that really happen?
I don't know. We should try it with you.
No!
Let's tickle you. Let's tickle you. Let's tickle you. Oh, boy. He's gone. Oh, you need a new brother now.
No, he's fine.
He's back alive?
No!
Now,
Stop!
kids, the main character...
Is Roger Rabbit.
No, Detective Valiant. Okay?
The Roger Rabbit.
And
his brother got killed by a toad.
Now, what did you think of him? Was he an interesting character?
Weird character.
Who, the detective?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Why did she shoot a bullet at...
He's always kind of grumpy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, one day, if we do find this movie on streaming, that guy, Bob Hoskins, the actor, ends up playing Mario in a movie one day. He's also Smee in the movie Hook, which is about
Peter Pan.
Yeah, you know who Smee is, right?
Which is about Peter Pan when he's an adult. Wait.
Yes?
What if? What if that is Fat Peter Pan? Yeah!
No, that's a totally different universe. Now, okay, in terms of which movie did you like more? Chippendale or...
Chippendale!
Okay, of
yeah,
course.
I mean, like, it's less adult than the other one.
I, in hindsight, I think, Chippendales is way more fun, way more silly, way more, it's packed with so many, like, cameos, more cameos than Roger Rabbit.
Smarter.
Well, I don't know about smarter, but, they both have adult jokes that kids can understand, I'm a kid of the 90s and stuff, so I really like Chippendale. And yeah.
You should chip.
Chippendale, yes. I like that movie a lot better. I mean, I grew up with Roger Rabbit, but, watching it again, I think I like Chippendale more. Yeah.
In Roger Rabbit, in Who Framed Roger Rabbit, I thought that Roger Rabbit was the one who killed him.
Well, I mean...
For some reason, I thought the baby framed Roger Rabbit. Yeah.
That would have made sense a little bit.
I thought that Roger Rabbit killed the brother.
That would have been a twist. Right?
Yeah. How?
Now...
I mean, when he drinks the alcohol, he, goes crazy. So,
yeah.
Then...
Well, in terms of characters, I think Roger Rabbit is very annoying. Yeah. Do you find him annoying?
No!
You like him? You like him?
Jinx, you cup of coffee.
He talks like that all the times.
He's like, please.
Please.
No. He's not. I have no idea how Jessica fell in love with him.
Well,
he's a rabbit.
Well, she said, he makes her laugh. Laughter is very powerful.
Yeah, because it can kill people.
Well, a lot of times you see a lot of ugly guys with really good-looking girls because, the guy's very funny, I guess, You don't know Pete Davidson. He's always with good-looking women.
Who's that?
He's a pretty ugly dude. Anyhow,
but what if he's listening?
I hope he does listen. I doubt it, but okay. Now, you guys loved Chippendale more. Will you recommend your friends to watch?
Yes.
Who Framed Roger Rabbit if they liked Chippendale?
Yeah.
No?
Yes. I mean, yes.
Okay.
Well, Roger Rabbit's adult.
Not really adult. It's PG, but it's pretty. I guess you got to be a little bit older.
He has a cartoon gun.
Yeah, and a lot of characters die in that one.
No.
Yeah, the Toons.
Two.
They die.
Only one.
And the Weasel died.
All the weasels.
And Judge Doom. Yeah. Anyhow,
and of course, Jessica and Roger almost died 1,000 times.
Right. They've been trying to make a sequel to that for a long time, and I guess the closest we'll ever get is the Rescue Rangers movie. So, it kind of works as a sequel, I guess. It's the same thing. It's about Hollywood with Toons living. It's like a modern day version of that story.
Yeah, and it has Roger Rabbit in it anyway.
Yeah, for 1 second. Well, the consensus here is the kids like the new Rescue Rangers movie more than Roger Rabbit. I don't know what you guys think out there. What do you think? You think people think the same?
Yes. if they're adults, they like Roger Rabbit more, I think. No.
Yeah,
I think they like Chip and Dale more.
Well, let us know. Tell us what you think on Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram, and on Twitter. Tell us which movie you think is better.
Or the Apple Podcasts, or Good Pods, or whatever.
No, that's places to listen to. I'm talking about places to leave messages.
Yeah, you could leave a review.
Yeah. Now we have some special guests coming to talk about both movies, and we're gonna get a different perspective on things. We're gonna have Troy and Mimi from the Disney Assembled podcast. Ariana, you gonna come join me?
Yeah.
This is a father and daughter podcast that you can listen to every week, and they talk about all things Disney.
Like new Disney movies.
Yeah, and now Disney covers everything. Marvel, Star Wars, and everything now. So, they have a lot of stuff to talk about, and they're going to talk about Rescue Rangers and Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Now, Rayon, get out of here.
And if you're serious, you probably will like Who Framed Roger Rabbit. But if you're not serious, you'll probably like Chip and Dale.
Yeah, okay, bye.
No!
The guests are coming. Get out of here. Okay, we'll be right back with our special guests on the show. This episode is sponsored by Audible. You can get thousands of great selections of audiobooks, plus exclusive Audible originals you won't find anywhere else. And, you can get theatrical performances, A-list comedy, and best of all, even podcasts like this one. And all you need to do is go to audibletrial.com/thegeekydadpodcast, and you'll get 30 days free when you sign up. When you download titles, you can listen to them offline anytime, anywhere. The app is free and can be installed on all smartphones and tablets. You can listen across devices without losing your spot. And if you can't decide what you want to listen to, don't worry. You can keep the credits for up to a year. And then you can binge them all in a whole series if you like. So, go to audibletrial.com/thegeekydadpodcast and get your free trial on us. Help out the show, help out yourself, and listen to great audiobooks with A-list talent narrating. Right now I'm listening to Artemis, narrated by Rosario Dawson. It feels cool to have a celebrity narrating to you. It makes you feel special. So try it out. Okay, I am the Geeky Dad, and I'm here with Ariana.
I'm the multiverse kid.
Yes, we know that because people listen to the show. They know you're a multiverse kid already. Now, we have some special guests with us. It's the Disney Assembled podcast crew. Can you guys introduce yourself? Tell us a little bit about your show and a little bit about yourselves.
Sure, go for it.
Hi, everyone. I'm Mimi. I'm the co-host, and this is my dad.
I'm Troy.
Yeah, there
Troy.
you go. Good job.
Hello.
And I don't know, our show is just kind of like a father-daughter thing, a lot like this one. It started as a pandemic passion project, really, and a way to stay connected during the pandemic and quarantine specifically, and even now into high school, now that I'm a sophomore and not in 8th grade anymore, which is kind of wild to me. But the show, my cat just jumped on the table. Get down. Anyway, sorry guys. The show is meant to bring joy to people's lives, and it's something that we do together. So
right,
it's a happy little little father daughter podcast.
Right. So we have found things over the years to keep us relevant, and she's getting older and her interests have changed over time. And so we were sitting at home, like she said, she was in 8th grade during the pandemic, and we were trying to think of ways to have some fun and also bring a little bit of joy into the world, considering everything that was going on at the time. And I knew Mimi was getting older, and I knew it was important to continue to spend time with her in some way. And so we sat around one day and we talked about the things we still had in common that we still enjoyed. And some things have changed, which is natural. But the one thing that kept coming up over and over again was our love for Disney and watching TV or watching movies or going to the parks. And so we just were talking about that, and we decided to just share a podcast with people. And if a few people found it entertaining and a good way to spend the time and make them smile a little bit, and or maybe even help them connect with their own children or grandchildren or nieces or nephews, then our mission was complete. So
yeah, we essentially started recording conversations that we were already having between ourselves and at the dinner table and stuff like that.
Right. The stuff that my wife and her brother leave the room when we started talking. So if they leave the room, we know we have a good topic.
Yeah. Well, I love it. I love it. That's basically the same story as us.
Kind of.
Yeah. This week, we are going to try to talk about Chip 'n Dale's Rescue Rangers.
The movie.
Yes. And the show. Have you seen the show, Mimi?
Mm-mm.
Truth is, we talked about that because we did watch the movie this weekend, and
Rescue Rangers was after you and before me.
I'm too old. I'm in my 50s, so
okay.
I missed Rescue Rangers.
I was right in that peak age. I was around 9 when Rescue Rangers came out.
Yeah, Mimi's too was missed it because she wasn't around enough then, and so it sort of was in a generation between the two of us, so we kind of missed it.
Anything that's like 90s is kind of a miss for both of us, because I was like in early 2000s, early 2010 Disney Channel experiencer, and you were like, whatever, the 50s.
I was in graduate school and trying to start a family. So
right. I mean, you do, of course, you have history, Chip 'n Dale, regardless.
Of course, yeah. We do enjoy the classic shorts with Donald and Pluto.
Yes,
we do. We really enjoy those a lot.
And Chip 'n Dale's a park favorite in my opinion.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they have everything on Disney Plus now, so I that's the only way they got to see the original show. I got them to see the original 4 episodes that started the show, just so they can get a little bit of a vibe.
So and so that we can know who are the characters.
Right. And how they interact and whatnot. So
watching the movie has sparked a little bit of an interest. So I know Mimi has more time to watch TV than I do. So I know when she has a few moments, she usually flips on something on Disney Plus. And it's usually something she's watched already. But I think as a result of watching this movie, she might, in the back of her mind, be thinking, maybe I'll try that Rescue Ranger show a little bit too.
Well, I mean, to be honest, I look back at those episodes, they're pretty rough.
I thought Disney remade the Chip 'n Dale show. I don't think it was Rescue Rangers, but I thought they gave Chip 'n Dale a new...
Park Life.
Yeah, it's more of a comedy show.
We haven't tried that one yet either.
We watched like the first 1 or 2 episodes.
Yeah, it's kind of like the original cartoons, but like with modern animation.
Yeah.
They also appeared in a cameo in the new DuckTales reboot.
Yeah.
The rest.
I love the DuckTales reboot. I think it's so funny.
Yeah, it's the best. Yeah.
That's a good reboot. Now, speaking of this reboot, what did you guys think of it? Since you have not seen the original show.
I honestly loved the movie. I thought it was it definitely played to its audience incredibly well, because it was so obviously not necessarily targeted at kids who are younger than me, but it's also not really aimed at you guys either. Like
Right.
that movie, all of the references are for me. Phineas and
Right.
Ferb, like
Yes.
like even like specifically Phineas and Ferb, but like other specific, very niche cartoon references. Like those were things that I watched growing up, and
Right.
like I just or like growing up, you know,
Right.
and like I just thought it was so well done, and like having the ugly Sonic. The
Oh,
ugly
boy.
Sonic thing was all over Twitter a
Yeah.
few years ago. It was so funny. Like I remember when that blew up, like when it was
Mhm.
like a meme,
Yeah.
and like now it was in the like I don't know. I felt the same way I felt like you guys felt watching that movie when I would watch Teen Titans Go,
Mhm.
because Teen Titans Go would have all those like references that like you and mom would like laugh at, and I was like, you're just old. Like,
Mhm.
what's so funny? But like this movie was so well done. Definitely loved it a lot.
We loved. I mean, we enjoy Roger Rabbit, and so there's a
Right.
big Roger Rabbit
Yeah.
vibe to that, and
In the Alvin and the Chipmunks, like it was
I mean, they were
great.
making fun of
Yeah.
everything, right? So they
Yeah.
brought a little bit of everything in, even stuff that Disney doesn't own, which was a
Yeah.
big
I
Roger
don't know how
Rabbit.
they pull that
throwback.
off. I don't know how they pull that off.
Money talks, money talks. So they'll pay whoever for that, and so it sort of reinforced how really ahead of its time Roger Rabbit was, because mixing live action and animation and different animation styles. I mean, it looked great in Rescue Rangers,
Right.
but given the amount of years between Roger Rabbit and Rescue Rangers, it really makes the work at Roger Rabbit feel even more incredible, because it really
Right.
wasn't all that much better. I mean, the quality of the film and the crispness of it in 4D
Right.
and all that stuff is different.
Yeah.
But in terms of incorporating cartoon and live action, it was virtually the same.
And like
So yeah, I like that. I like
if
that
we're
was
going
good.
to talk about Roger Rabbit, I think one of the things Roger Rabbit does that this movie doesn't do is have the cartoon interact with the physical world.
Right.
Like what I'm thinking of specifically is when Roger goes through the door and like leaves the Roger shaped like hole in the door.
Yes. Yes.
That kind of interaction doesn't really happen in Rescue Rangers.
Mhm.
And it's not bad, but it's like it doesn't like make the flow of it as fantastic as Roger Rabbit,
Right.
which I think makes Roger Rabbit look like
Right.
so much better.
I mean, they
than
did things like
originally
driving
was.
the car. So the car
Right.
was real and the cartoons were driving the car.
Right.
So
But,
that was
like,
cool.
The animation
but-
is so well done. You don't, especially since Dale was like CGI. Was it Dale that
Yeah.
was CGI?
Yeah.
Like
Dale.
it didn't feel like super removed. That was honestly one of the things that I came out of it not liking as much. I didn't really like having the CGI
Yeah.
characters, like especially when they were like together, like having one be CGI and one be animation, because it didn't feel like CGI is supposed to look real. That's the point. Like it's supposed to be animation that can pass enough
Mhm.
like reality. And so I felt like it wasn't exactly getting the Roger Rabbit thing it was going for. But like besides that one really small critique, like there wasn't a whole lot else that was negative that I had to say about the film.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, a lot of people online are saying that this is like a spiritual sequel to Roger Rabbit. You agree
Mhm.
with that?
100%.
Yeah. I mean, the story, it was a mystery,
Yeah.
you know, and trying to figure out who the antagonist really is was really
Right.
cool.
Yeah.
You know, I think, the Peter Pan
Mm-hmm.
sort of reveal was interesting, even though I was kind of hoping that would be more of a twist at the end, but there were
Yeah.
no twists. Like it was exactly what you would it was very stereotypical. It was like,
Well, it
no,
was a
there's no plot
rescue-
twist. This is really what it is.
It was
right?
a Rescue Rangers episode. Like
Right.
that was the point.
But I like some of the throwback stuff. I mean, it did a good job of bringing in things for people my age. I mean, they had the part where He-Man and Skeletor were sitting
Yes.
there, because that's
Yeah.
my generation
And we had
growing up. and
Transformers there too.
Transformers were there.
Transformers.
Voltron.
The Knight Rider
Yeah.
lunch kit that he
Yeah.
I mean, Knight Rider was, when I was growing up too. So yeah, I mean, I thought it was, I went into it anticipating,
Mhm.
but I
It surpassed my
laughed more than I
expectations.
thought I would, like out loud. I
Yeah.
laughed more than I thought I
Yeah.
was. So I thought it was fine. It was a good way to spend an hour and a half.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of going back to my original point, like I think what makes this movie so like successful and entertaining is that like it's doing something that Disney doesn't really do a whole lot. In most recent Disney properties, whether it be Marvel, Star Wars, like Pixar, animation, whatever, all of the jokes and references are either like for the little kids who like aren't gonna understand the deeper meaning, or for like you guys who like have that knowledge of like, you know, whatever the like 80s cartoon. But this one threw in those things for those like 2010s, early 2000s kids, and like that is how you make a movie appeal to all audiences. Like that's how you make a movie that everyone can enjoy, like Roger Rabbit. And I would like to see Disney do more of this animated live action thing again, but not in the way that like the Sonic movie was with CGI, that it was like supposed to be real, but like in this like intentional, like this is cartoon, this is like IRL, like let's mesh them together like they did it with Roger Rabbit. It was so cool. It was so well done, and I really, really enjoyed it.
Yeah, cool. What did you guys think?
We loved it.
Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah.
What was your favorite part?
Well, my favorite part really, that's hard. Like, I have to say, like, when they put in Gadget when she's like flying the plane again.
Oh, like when Gadget came out. Okay.
Yes.
I feel this movie has so much rewatchability because I think there's like so many jokes in the background or like little Easter eggs in the background that are like so funny that you can't get the first time watching it, you know.
Oh yeah, I agree. There were a lot of details that I wanted to like. I was like, wait, rewind. Like I want to look again.
Yeah, Mimi is a huge Gravity Falls fan.
Mm-hmm.
I saw the lower half of Dipper.
Yeah,
and I, like,
somewhere in there is a reboot Dipper because I've seen a screenshot from someone, but when we were watching, I kept looking for it and I couldn't find it when I was watching.
Oh, I saw it instantly.
Did you see it?
Yeah.
That's where
I saw Phineas, but I didn't see
that's where my mind goes.
Yeah,
right.
the
Like,
Dipper.
Phineas's mom.
Yeah, the mom I saw.
Yeah,
The mom too.
Right. Yeah, I remember, and she was there early in the movie as like
She
on
was
the
like a
street.
hairdresser.
Yeah.
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 I wanted to see more Muppets in this movie. I'm not gonna lie. There was one Muppet. I think they could have done more Muppets.
Yeah,
Muppets.
Yeah.
They're the perfect bridge between animation and real life because they're puppets. Like that's what they do. That's the whole point. I love the Muppets. I'm fascinated by them, and I want them to be in everything. But you know, that's just me. I felt like the Peter Pan being old and like, you know, kind of gross. That kind of creeped me out. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, I would not want to be.
You said that.
Yeah, it's like, why would they make Peter Pan a villain?
No, like I would not want to be like 5 years old and see that. Like I feel like that would like completely ruin, like shatter my image of Peter Pan.
Exactly. I'm surprised they got
traumatizing.
away with some of the stuff in this movie.
And like it took me a sec. My mom was sitting there watching with us, like she was on her phone, but she was there, and she looked up and she was like, "Is that the polar bear from the Coca-Cola commercials?"
Yes.
And I was like, "That's what it is." Like it took me way too long to like figure out like what that was.
I thought it was like from Pepsi.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, some like.
What I didn't get is, and I know the whole premise was that all these characters from the movies were actors.
Right.
And so it made sense that even though the character of Peter Pan doesn't grow old, the actor grows old.
But the
right?
Lost Boys didn't grow
But
old.
the Lost Boy
Yeah.
in the convention
Yeah.
was still young, and I was like, "Oh man, that kind of breaks the there's like a plot, like a difference
Loophole.
in a loophole
Yeah.
and thing, right?" But
Yeah.
it's a minor thing. It was a minor thing. We'll just say it was a cosplayer, it was a kid dressed like
Ugly Sonic was so funny. Like I'm still really on that. Like that was.
I want to see a
great
spin-off
gag.
with him in that FBI show that did.
That was a great gag. I love that. As someone who saw both Sonic movies,
Yes.
like that was a great gag. Like I ate up the
And it's
Sonic.
so
the
niche,
Sonic
you know,
thing.
like only a few people know from like the internet.
Yeah.
You know.
No, because it's like it's such a niche reference.
Yeah.
And like shows that do that, like I think it makes them great. Like not even just this movie specifically, but including those like details, to me it shows a level of commitment to whatever they're doing to make it great. And like I appreciate that so much.
Yeah,
I just think it instantly makes production quality
You can
so
tell they
much
put a lot
better.
of love and thought into the process. I felt like it was way more entertaining than the latest Space Jam movie.
Yeah, I didn't even watch the Space Jam movie.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I was like, it's the same story, I feel like. Like
Right. Yeah.
what else can you do with Space Jam? But Rescue Rangers, like if you do it like, I don't know. I just walked out of it feeling really fulfilled.
A good barometer for us is the rest of the family. So we put the movie on,
Oh, everyone watched it.
and my
Right.
wife was in the room. My son was in the room with us, Mimi's younger brother.
He's 13, so he's in that like phase where he
So
doesn't like
nothing
anything.
is cool. So
Oh,
they usually, like, we put my wife will not watch a Marvel movie. You put a Star Wars movie, she's not going to watch. She walks out. She's like, this is the dumbest thing ever. It makes like she constantly. We tried to watch the Marvel films in order.
We almost got there. We finished Ragnarok.
I remember at one point we were watching Incredible Hulk, and she goes, "This is just 20 minutes of two computer animated monsters just beating each other up." She goes, "This is the dumbest thing ever," right? So she doesn't get into that stuff. And she sat down to watch the film, and neither she nor your brother complained.
She even laughed.
And she laughed a couple of times. And when the movie was over, he even asked, because he asked about the voice of the putty detective, the villain. And I said, well, that's the guy who plays J. Jonah Jameson in the Spider-Man movies.
Yeah.
And he said, who? Well, he watches them, but he couldn't put two and two. I said, the Farmer's Insurance commercial. Dum 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 dum. He goes, oh, that guy, right? So he knew.
Yeah.
The Allstate guy.
He knew that guy. Oh yeah, and the Allstate insurance guy was.
This movie was cast
not Gadget.
perfectly.
Who is it?
Yeah.
The little bug. What's
The
the bug's
bug
name?
one.
Yeah, I can't remember what his name.
This movie was cast
Zipper.
perfectly.
Zipper. Yeah.
I love Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and the guy who's in that show, whose name is escaping. His first name is
Adam Sandberg.
It's definitely Andy.
Andy Samberg. Yeah.
Andy Samberg.
Him. He and John Mulaney.
Yeah.
That's like a perfect Chippendale. Like
John Mulaney is great when he does voice. He was great in Spider-Verse as well.
John Mulaney is great, and like it was so funny, and like because you get two comedians to come in and do it, and like I felt like this movie's cast like added a level of like perfection to it. Like
right.
It was so perfectly cast. I don't think it could have been done any other way.
I wish there was a little bit more. I know they went in and out because when they were on the show, a little bit more of the classic Chippendale voice. They used it a little bit,
yeah, like
when they were in
squeaky.
character for filming, but then they used their regular voice for the rest of the movie. So it was just enough of it. Because when I watch Chippendale, otherwise I want to hear the real Chippendale voice, right?
But when
They sound like Alvin.
when I had them watch the original show, they kept on saying like, "Why does he sound like Alvin?"
Yeah, they sound like Alvin.
It's true. They do.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
So that was good. And I don't think I told you this. If I made one change in the film at the end when they were sort of getting back together and being friends again, I almost wish Dale would have gone through that reboot machine and come back as animated instead of CGI, so they would look the same again. I was kind of hoping they would do that, and he would decide to stay animated and not go back to CGI.
Yeah, I was also thinking that. I was thinking like the exact same thing.
Wow.
Yeah. See, great minds.
I was thinking too that he would go back to animation instead of the CGI.
Yeah. I mean,
there wasn't a whole lot of CGI in the movie. I feel like outside of Dale's character, like I mean, Ugly Sonic, but everything else I think was
I think Pumbaa.
Yeah, but like Pumbaa,
Baloo also.
And Baloo,
but those are CGI in the films.
Right. Well, that's true. Well,
hot take. I think they should have used original Pumbaa and Baloo from the animated movies and not the CG ones. But I guess it makes sense because like I don't necessarily know if like younger kids these days have seen the classic Jungle Book or the classic Lion King and have only seen the live action ones.
Right.
So
that hand-drawn Lumiere.
Yeah. So
but they made a mistake with the Lumiere too, because he got rebooted with the live action too, with a CG update.
True.
Oh yeah, he did.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. That's the one. I'm not a big fan of those.
I
The
really
Beauty and
like
the
the
Beast
Beauty
was
and the
good.
Beast one.
Right.
I didn't like any of the
care
other
for the other
ones.
ones that much.
No. I don't like most of the live action remakes either.
I really like the Beauty and the Beast one though. Like I it's one of my favorites.
I think one of the things about, I mean, speaking of those films, I guess the other thing that I really enjoy, and so for people who listen to our show will know Mimi goes to a creative arts high school and she's in creative writing program. That's her art is creative writing. So she pays a lot of attention to storytelling and
Right.
the writing piece to these movies and shows. And one of the things that I like all the Disney stuff. I mean, there's no real bad Disney. It's like pizza. There's no bad Disney stuff, but I don't like the reboots because I just think it's lazy storytelling.
Right.
It's the same story. Like we watched I didn't even make it through the Lion King one because I was like, this is a waste of my time. I've already seen
exact same thing.
But I guess the Chip and Dale movie, one of the things that I appreciate is how original the story was.
The original, yeah. And it's good to get some original stuff once in a while,
Oh yeah.
And I think what was great about it was that it still managed to pay homage to the original Rescue Rangers. Like it had the same like plot. You know what I'm saying? Like it was still a police chief. Like they even made fun of itself for being the police chief. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it was an original story. And I think if Disney wanted to take their like remakes or reimagined, whatever they want to call them, and do something more like what they did with Rescue Rangers, like that's what I would want to see. Not these like live action, same exact films.
Would you like to see a sequel to this?
Yes.
They have to be a good
I kind of want them to do what they did with Toy Story and make the 30-minute like specials with this.
Okay.
Because I don't know if a full-length movie would hold up, especially considering that it's just the Rescue Rangers formula.
Right.
For the episodes. And so I don't necessarily know if like the story and the plot would hold up. But I think if they did like the specials, like the Halloween special or Christmas, a summer splash, whatever special, or like, even something totally random. Like there was this period of Disney Channel when I was growing up where they did an entire 2 weeks of like body swapping. Like every show got a body swap episode or like, something random like that. Like 30-minute little episode clip, I think could be really cool.
Yeah, I think in shorter doses, I think it's so. What reminds me of this. So Mimi and I also listen to a bunch of podcasts, and one of the ones we listen to also is Disney Dish with Jim Hill.
Mm-hmm.
What is the cat doing?
Opening and closing
the pantry.
They learned how to open doors.
They know
so
how to open
doors.
Their
favorite thing.
So they were talking about the effect of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids
at
Disney, and they were talking about how the movies that came after it weren't as good, but the Honey, I Shrunk the Audience 3D show lasted 10 or 12 years and was very successful. And the point they were making was the hook of the movie works really good for one movie.
Right.
And it works really good in about a 15 minute 3D film.
Mm-hmm.
But constantly putting out 2-hour films, eventually the gag gets old, right? And I think for this Chip and Dale movie, part of the story was the fact that they weren't friends and they were trying to reconnect. They had this tension that they had to resolve,
and they were making fun of their story
right?
At the same time.
And they resolved that conflict, right? The story has to have a conflict. The conflict really wasn't who's stealing all the cartoons.
It was our Chip and Dale.
It was Chip and Dale mending their relationship.
Mm-hmm.
I think if they wanted to do like 10 or 15 minute short episodes that are like in short bunches, that would be entertaining. I don't know if one movie after another just becomes for like me this. Now for little kids it might be different, but for someone like me, I don't know if I would watch.
Right.
Things like this are successful in short amount, I think, especially because of how formulaic the story can get.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, definitely the shorter bursts over a long period of time.
I heard the movie costs upwards to like $200 million.
That's a lot.
It's a lot of money.
Because they like have to add like a bunch of other people.
I think that's mostly like
including
like copyright costs.
Copyright and cameos and all that stuff. When it's
because all that Batman and E.T. I mean, they were paying Warner Brothers a lot of money.
And the the Allstate guy and John Mulaney, like they're not cheap
actors,
either.
Yeah, you have to pay the voice actors too. Yeah.
No, but like
it was even
the cost
Garfield
of an underground, never discovered voice actor and the cost of John Mulaney are going to be two entirely different.
Sure.
Worths.
So in terms of the two movies, Roger Rabbit and Rescue Rangers, in your opinion, which one do you think you'll watch again?
I have always gone back to Roger Rabbit, even when my family has been like, it's 2 hours of stupid, and I was like, yeah, I know. But like, I think now that I have two of these, I'll probably go back to both of them because I liked them both in their own respective
Okay.
manners because they're different. They have different plots, and I think that
Yes.
that's what makes them different. Like they're the same kind of like storytelling genre with the animation and the live action, but they're two different plots. And so I think I could go back to both of them because I enjoy them both equally for kind of the same reasons.
Right. I think what you said earlier about watching it again to pick up on the background stuff that you missed the first time.
Yeah.
So I would probably watch Rescue Rangers again before Roger Rabbit, because I've seen Roger Rabbit so many times. I don't know if there's anything else in the background.
Yeah, Roger Rabbit has a lot of stuff in the background too. Well, I think I've caught all of them already.
Right.
And they're like outdated details that are not gonna stick it as hard as these.
I'm hoping they can do a reboot. Get these guys to do a reboot of Roger Rabbit, maybe.
I'm gonna tell you, I was in my 40s before I stopped being afraid of Judge Doom. So I was like, that guy creeped me out. But it's I think I would watch Rescue Rangers again. But
yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Haven't
got you guys to see Roger Rabbit yet, so we'll watch it this weekend.
It makes that Gadgets Go coaster, which I think is still in the park or still in Disneyland's Toontown, even after they finish renovating it, a little bit more relevant, right? Because a lot of kids.
Is that a Rescue Rangers reference?
It's Gadget.
I didn't know that at all.
Yeah.
Is that the one in California?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think all in all, I mean, I was not disappointed. If I'm not disappointed that I spent an hour and a half doing it, then that's a stamp of approval. I can't say that about everything I've seen so far this year from Disney. I mean, there have been things where I was like, I'm not upset I saw it, but I'm not exactly thrilled.
Yeah.
Right.
But,
And it was so weird that they made like Gadget and Zipper, like, you know, it's like weird.
They were married and they had a family, huh?
Is that a gag in the show? Is that something they carried over? Is that something?
Not really. It was always like Chip and Dale pining for her.
Yeah, they always like.
I mean, Zipper always had a thing for her as well, but you know, he never talked on that show.
Right.
Yeah.
I think it was part of they were actors playing a part, and when they weren't playing a part, they had these other lives outside.
I think they did that as a shock to the longtime fans of the show.
Yeah.
Nobody
We're hoping they bring back. So if Disney's looking to reboot a few things,
right,
we certainly have no shortage of opinions on things we wish they would do more of.
Like specifically cartoons. Like I'm a cartoon girl. I love them. I will always.
Yeah, they're the best.
I heard they're doing a Darkwing reboot.
That'd be good.
That's like
we were really upset that Gravity Falls didn't get a third season.
You know, I was really upset initially. I'm no longer upset. I've come to terms with it because I don't think it could have gone any longer. I have too much respect for that show and Alex Hirsch as a writer to like fight for that third season.
I wanted a DuckTales reboot to continue too.
Yeah, they just done the third.
Mimi saw some of those, and everyone I've seen online, and Mimi was saying how great they are, and I need to give them a shot. But DuckTales were a lot like Rescue Rangers for me. I missed it.
DuckTales was like different enough from the original to like make it entertaining.
Yeah.
And I like the new animation style. I've said this on our show before. I like the new designs of the Fab Five or whatever. Like people don't really necessarily agree with me with the new
we like the new Mickey
style
shorts.
Animation drawing style of the characters as compared to the like classic Mickey. But I really like them, and I like seeing them like in Rescue Rangers and in DuckTales. Like,
yeah,
I think it looks cleaner. I enjoy it. I like how like cartoony and clean it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
And Wander Over Yonder. Then you bring back more Wander. They should have made more Wander Over Yonder.
Yeah. The only thing that I don't like about those new Mickey cartoon shorts is the way they draw Goofy. He looks very weird.
No, you're right. The Goofy one is
Yeah.
strange, but I like
Yeah.
the other ones. I like the other ones a
Yeah.
lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like the Mickey shorts, I love them. I like watch almost every single episode.
Right.
I used to watch them on YouTube.
Yeah.
We love them. We'll sit down and watch them for an hour.
Yeah.
We'll just sit
Right.
there.
Yeah,
And,
it's like a lot of them.
Yeah.
They're on like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
yeah, I agree with you on the Goofy part.
Yeah.
I wish he was less
Weird.
like a hobo and more just a goof, right?
Yeah,
Because this whole thing
yeah.
is just supposed to be a goof, kind of like
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Mimi doesn't get the reference because she never watched the show, but Goofy should be like Kramer in
Right.
Seinfeld,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
He's the Kramer, and they
yeah.
don't do it like that. Now, if they did the character that way, I think it would be
It'd be different.
perfect. So
Yeah. So, it was great having you guys on the show. Maybe we can be on your show one day.
that would be great. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, we're going to be planning when school gets out. She's a student. I run an elementary school. So when school is finally out for the summer and we have a little bit more time, we start planning our guest episodes. So yeah, definitely we'll reach out and we'll get you guys on.
Cool. Now, can you tell everybody when you have new episodes out? What day?
Our episodes come out Sunday at 7 p.m. Links to all of that are on our website, disneyassemble.com. But you can also just find us on like Apple Podcasts or Spotify. And our Instagram is Instagram. No, try again.
Instagram is Instagram.
Our Instagram is Disney Assembled. No, that is our email. It's just at Disney Assembled on all social media platforms.
Yeah. So it comes out Sunday night, 7 p.m. Central Time. We're in the Central Time Zone. So it's set for 7 p.m. Central. And like Mimi said, we're on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and TikTok, all at Disney Assembled. But everything, if anybody's interested in learning more about us and, listening to that past episodes, disneyassembled.com. And all of our, every episode we do a Disney dad joke. And all of our dad jokes are there too. So if you're at the park and you're in line waiting, you can pull up our website and tell jokes to everybody in line.
Cool.
They can push you to the front of the line to get rid of you faster than you would normally be sitting there.
I'm
Jokes
glad
are not
we
good.
finally got this crossover together because I've been dying to get you guys on the show for a while now. And
Thank you. And congratulations on all your success. I see, the Geeky Dad podcast climbing the charts and I know you're really active over there. And if people are listening on Good Pods, it's a small number of people and people are free to join if you're on Good Pods. We have a group called Disney Podcast Assemble. And so I know Geeky Dad is on there
Part
and
of
a
that
couple other
group, yes.
podcasts.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
people are welcome. If you're on Good Pods and listening and you're looking for some podcasts to listen to, check out that group. That might be able to lead you in the right direction. But congratulations on all your success. Keep up the great work.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah. And everybody check out their show as well. They have a great show. If you like our show, it's just as good as this show. This show is great as well. Check out the show and let's do this again sometime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's great
Who
to meet
doesn't-
you guys.
who
Thank
doesn't
you.
love Disney,
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been a huge honor. We really appreciate you reaching out to us. We love meeting new people and especially new Disney fans. And you guys are great. Keep up the good work. Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much.
You got it.
All right.
Well, I want to thank Troy and
Mimi.
for being on the show with us and talking about all things Disney and geeky and stuff like that. So join us next week and leave a review. And what else?
We'll read it.
I hope so. And we'll be back next week with another fun show. Bye.